The Constitution provides President can declare a state of emergency in 2 circumstances. Now I believe Gambia security is at risk for invasion. He has a right. Constitutional as it can last for 2 weeks.
Yéen ñëpp gis ngeen ne dañu oote ne nañ ànd soppi nguur gi fi nekkoon loolu pexe la parti yi bokkuñu xalaat bokkuñu jubluwaay lii pexe la rek pour génnee ngu réew ci loxo benn nit te jubluwaay bi mooy won ne fexe nag nit ñi moom réew mi ne nañu ànd ci xel ñu tabaxaat réew mi.
Gabi, you want to be humble and everything. Why you are not an ordinary minister in this cabinet? That's true. Because you are head of the UDP, you are like a father figure to most of the...
This is about Giss Giss.
It's the fact. Whether mom accept or not, so the point is, because of that prominence bigger the baro def la dé consult or légui yow ya dé yobu ay nit ci baro pour mu appoint lolu moy lacté ndax li mo am.
President Adama dafa am mandate. Because Gambians choose. Ne na liggéey réew mi. mu tànn ay nit ñu liggéey ak moom man ci ñooñu laa bokka maa ngi liggéey ak moom
ngaje ko ande mela ay mol ay tiñarol minke Gambia jang mol ka wole tanka foko APRC fananda do tiñaro tole alle mu stade le sodo ka APRC ta kala image de da kotenge isaje fo Gambenol kotenge si la pati ñina kotenge
no yalo say you are putting me in a funny position mon ka fo donc kam de ni fa de ko bita jahannaba ni kala tay ko kala
ñu ngi dalal si gis-gis yi tey bi tey dañ indi gan suñ gan muy Musa Batchilly.
Musa Hussein Yali Batchilly.
ok Musa.
Ousseynou Yali Batchilly.
Musa Ousseynou Yali Batchilly moom mooy suñ guest tey moom mooy secretary general li nga xam ne mooy Gambia Action Party ñoom taxuñ koo yàgga trop ci political arena bi waaye gis nañ gars yi def fi ay yëngal yu bëri yëngatu yu bëri tamit of course ñu ngi gis Bojang mu nekkoon seen flag bearer and then gars yi change ko to Sow and a lot of things yoo xam ne dinañ ko discuss ci waxtaan yi luy jëmale ko ci li nga xam ne mooy parti bi muy seen policies and activities of course plans yu gars yi am ak tamit su doon ñoom ñu ngi woon in power right now naka la gars yi di tackle some problems yu nit ñi nekk di jànkonteel right now on the other side ñu ngi am Amad Jeng muy political analyst mu ngi jógee of course Sweden but mu ngi jàngee France Sciences Po study political science moom moo fi ñëw tey pour dimbale ñu ci wàllum faram-fàcceel pour maanaam analyse Batchilly lu moo wax ak tamit naka la ñëw séentoo Gambie nu moo demee but aside from that mu ngi am yeneen activities yoo xam ne mu ngi ciy yëngu but I think dama la allow Amad Jeng just nga introduce sa boppa and then to say briefly seen organisation bi lan nga nekk di def.
jërëjëf Ansu nuyu naa la nuyu naa honorable Batchilly Lamine Sow ak Basamba Dramé ñun for me I speak for myself I'm a consultant fii nag ñëw ma fii as representative of the organization wala suñu consulting fund I'm here as private citizen, like every other person here. What we do is to hold policies, political analysis. You have a doctor, doctor si, hospital bi la ñoo liggéey. Ñun as political analyst, society la ñoo liggéey. So dañoo seet society bi lan la fa nekka, lan lañ need, ak why do we need that? So loolu ñu tax a jóg.
Okay.
So as a political analyst, I think that's what I want.
ok Amad ñu ngi laa dalal ci gis-gis bi bu baax tey man maa fi nekk Lamine Jaay ak tamit Basama Dramé nee ne Freda Gomez dafa jàpp and then Doudou Dia dafa xala jàpp ak tamit Fatou Jàpp but then hopefully next week nañ leen indi and then maybe nañ indi tamit beneen head of a political party Musa Ousseynou Yali Batchilly ñu ngi laa dalal bu baax ci gis-gis bi dafa mel ni sa campagne mantra is more of dama dee dégg ngay wax mass development through mass action you know. But then what we've seen a lot of political parties in the Gambia guy ku nekk am ngi am own ideology am ak own terms am yu they use but then lan exactly nga mun a indi to the political arena. For example, if you were elected as president in 2021 or let's say send party bi if you were in government lan nga ni indi loo xam ne is new and it's not something loo xam ne dañ ko doon gis.
First of all, bala ma de commencé du wax dama de nuyu the whole entire nation. Ma commencé ko His Excellency Mr. President Adama Barrow ak cabinet nam yëpp di nuyu IGP bi moo ak cabinet am yëpp di nuyu all the political parties seen leaders yi seen surrogate ñu nekk Gambia di leen nuyu di nuyu imam si ak pastor si from Kartun to Wulibana di leen gërëm di leen ziare ñu nekk si hospital bi maa ngi leen di ñaanal xalaa góor ñu feebar yal na la may leen wér ñu nekk si prison yàlla moo leen mun a jox freedom yal na la may leen freedom ñu nekk tànka ñu nga xam ne they out of their mind yal na yàlla moo leen mun a restore yal na yàlla restore proper mindset to them maa ngi nuyu suma closest ally bi Bakar Fofa known as Diamond in Germany di nuyu lawyers yi yëpp di nuyu Chief Justice bi di nuyu special one lawyer mu ngi fa bu nga xam ne I'm not permitted to say his name but he had helped me tremendously for the betterment of GAP maa ngi ko gërëm di la nuyu sir and he's my counsel maa ngi nuyu suma lawyers yi maa ngi nuyu Amat a brother a friend a concerned citizen from Sweden maa ngi la gërëm he's a policy maker we are proud of you maa ngi la nuyu di nuyu Basamba Dramé honorable Basamba Dramé suma brother la suma xarit la ku suma demee Europe moo ma dee lodge mu jël on xaalisam toppatoo ma foofu ba ma kontaan Ansu yow you like me sa humbleness bi neex na ma torop dama la dee watch gis-gis gis-gis mooy la luñ gis waaw mooy gis-gis what you see the man on my left mom kay mooy half of Batchilly he's a brother he's a twin he's everything and he's a concerned brother man he love Gambia at heart need to understand on his policy his mindset is huge and you know te tolerance am daf ma neex sometimes su posé dara xam nga nit soo bëgg a lead da nga war a muñ foo gis muñ kat rek dafa win maa ngi nuyu suma boppa man myself the servant himself ak suma deputy suma flag bearer bi suma foreign secretary bi suma national acting president bi suma pen dictator mooy di senior administrative secretary Mahmoud Kandoro Yafa maa ngi nuyu Gambien si yëpp gis nga Diamond nuyu naa ko ba pare maa ngi nuyu benn fàtte naa jërëjëf maa ngi nuyu Kena ku bugg a Gambia at heart la dama fàtte kool ma ko su ala woon ma wax turam the whole Gambia yëpp a ko xam te jigéen la institution boo xalaat jigéen ni xoola suñ kër yi rek ndewo bi añ bi reer bi lal bi néeg bi cuuraay yi jigéen la ñoo yore ok te loolu tam maa ngi la gërëm di la nuyu suma sista bu baax bi naa next time suñu ma invité so ma ala sa tur bi naa ko wax
kon da ko waxee gis
waaw naa ko wax gis-gis laa ko wax ngeen indi ma gis-gis ma brother gis nga politics number one action 18 political party ñun ñooy the 10th political party registered after Jammeh when he left after the impasse 1 year kenn register wul after ñu CA ñëw NPP ñëw then the others coming ñun suñ different mooy action soo bëggee liggéey gis nga mass development through mass action mooy liggéey tamala bi papap lu ko liggéey la commitment suñ political 1982 lañ start election from 1965 to 82 17 years this 17 years China Malaysia South Korea Japan Singapore seen GDP ak Gambia c'est la même chose look at them 56 years later they are developing countries xam nga lu tax gaa mun a commitment bi ak their policy makers ñun nag day ñëw I'm not saying we are the only Gambians who have the brains, but commitment be more for nekut. So real commitment neka Mr. Amat. If the true commitment is there, wallahi, I'm not swearing because I want to swear. I'm saying the commitment to Faneka, Gambia will be the best country on earth. Within our sub-region, we are loved. Guinea-Conakry love Gambia. Senegal love Gambia. The whole country, Gambia. Senegal, Nigeria, don't do that. But we're in Africa. But Gambians are loved. But soon leadership, we don't have assertive, radical, proactive leaders. We don't have them. Jammeh, sumako haiga phone suma student, suma teacher la. Jammeh dafa change plan B. Otherwise, Jammeh is a leader. Liggéeykat la.
Okay. So now.
So ñun suñ policy bi, suñ ñëwee dañoo ñëw ak performance agreements with e-government. Suñ ñëwee tamit, gis nga young brilliant Gambians yi, ñi nga xam ne we scout them, come and sit with us. Being the policy maker, wax naa ko Mr. Njie da nga fàtte ma ne dëkk bi we lack of political management te political management su ñëwee rek policy maker sa coming in su policy maker ñëw foofu la ñoo draft lu nga xam ne moo yóbbu dëkk bi so lu yóbbu dëkk bi ta performance agreement moo yóbbu dëkk bi i government mu evaluate ko every 90 days Pa Jawara he did his best I respect him def na quota tabo dunda bi dafa yomba you understand sutura nekk foofu Jammeh ñëw mu ewu suñu Jammeh dafa ubbi sumbot bi start people but he used te Gambia soo ko war a ru da nga war a nekk dictator maa ngi la wax léegi su ma ko wax de dictatorship mooy control this country
Okay, now.
So many dictator be does it mean that brutally killing, slapping? No. Principles.
Okay, now. Okay, now.
Can I have some to drink?
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, so Yangi Wafi action. Yangi mentioned action, and then Yangi mentioned, you know, there was a time, I think it started on QTV when you said 90 days. So the idea of 90 days, is it just time about the use rec, or is it law hamden ko gum as a party?
Brother, Mr. Ansu, manduma de wahati.
No, okay.
No, mema.
Go ahead.
I understand. 90 days. Some principle la any developing countries on earth. South first 90 days. South 100 days de la latte. Lord F. No kune, I'm just saying it. Damoko believe, the party believes it. Whoever going to lead this party to victory supposed to believe it.
But now the idea is within the 90 days, are you guys going to achieve projects or they're going to introduce projects? You know, there are two ways. So banla sinyari. They're going to just introduce projects to say that within 90 days, introduce Nigerian or really achieve within 90 days.
90 days, they no restructure the whole entire entity.
Okay.
Policy makers in you.
Okay.
Lu wara yobu dëkk bi naka leen ko defee from the immigration sect to agriculture sect to educational sect you name all the sect that we need to do ba pare dafa nekk 3 shift 8 to 4 4 to 12 12 to 8 make sure ñu defar yëpp konk du mun a yëngati then we move on.
Okay, dina ñëw back to you.
Go ahead, sir.
Because loo wax ni mën nañ ci develop at beneen section.
Wow.
But then Ahmad dina ñëw si yow. Let me just come with Lamin Jai. Now Lamin Jai, about 90 days bu mu wax nii. Sa gis-gis si 90 days bi do you think the law is practical?
Bala nga dugg si Njaay ñu tu bari dem foofu dama toj Gambia dafa skyscrapers rain si trop. No, come on man. But when the foundation is structured completely lu nga xam ne in that 100 days su timee nit yi dinañ xam ne we are going to the right direction loolu mooy grow nag slowly but surely you name the balaa 2026 dinañ defar lu bari.
Okay, now Lamin, by looking at the party mooy gap do you believe ne the word action bu gaay dee wax from the inception of party bi bu mu ñëwee in place until now na gis nga ko si seen defin.
Thank you, Ansu jërëjëf. Man door rek suma brother. Yes. Honorable Musa Batchilly, Gambian Party. It's great to have you on this show. Niñ la amee si show bi. Ahmad moom, Ahmad suma colleague la woon, and now we are in two different worlds, but we are still here, Basamba. But I think when it comes to Gambian Party, party la boo xam ne ñoom tamit because party bu ñëw rek daf dee am own ideology am dafa am own style am in terms of politics bi Gambia Action Party ñëw led by him comme mbiri 90 days bi I think it's a brilliant like bold ambitious idea boo xam ne dañ ko créer ñoom parti bi dañ ko créer but them to say in 90 years I'm going to turn around the country I think comme moom bi mu ko waxee ak nu mu ko waxee a lot of people misunderstood comme lan la mean in terms of 90 days bi because there is nowhere in this world du am fenn foo xam ne nit dina ñëw mu ne la ne ok man if you elect me put me in office man dinaa toon dëkk bi ma toj ko ma sampal leen everything wala ma defaral leen everything seen life bi everything ma change ko in 90 days amu fenn nit ki su la waxee 90 days loolu gis nañ ko ci dëkk yu bëri comme nit ñi dañ dee waaw sax seen boppa comme nga ne ok in the next 100 days téeméeri bés lii laa bëgg a def so I think ñoom tamit seen 90 days bi is out of that 90 days bi comme ni nga ko waxee it's about introducing projects it's about creating nga am plan bi creating a plan as to how to turn around the country comme dëkk bi fan nga ko bëgg a yóbbu ok fi nga ko bëgg a yóbbu tamit in terms of the actual implementation loolu is a different ball game altogether boobu dafa utee ak plan bi because mun ngaa am plan bi waaye implementation bi mu jot nga am si problème mun loo koo def loolu is everybody can sit mun ngaa toog nga defar plan bu baax ne lii laa bëgg a def but on the part of Gambia Action Party if they will be able to do it I think so because the party I've known him long enough xam naa fa ñu bëri and these are competent people competent Gambians ñoo xam ne they can if given the chance they should be able to do the job I see no reason why they cannot do the job in terms of taking this country forward put dëkk bi move si kanam
okay now so, dinaa ñëw back to you and then fekk wax naa Musa Batchilly okay now Amat sa gis-gis about GAP first no balaa maa ñëw si loolu first question moo la laajte which is different from GAP mooy yow na nga gisee the political landscape of the Gambia right now since Jammeh mu bàyyee dëkk bi génn until now lan nga gis ne moo change in between and then ñu ñëw si suñ following
xam nga ñu bari mistake bi ñu nekk di am moo nekk
so mu ne wax tuuti rek
ñu bari ñu nga wax ne Gambia is a democracy we are not yet a democracy we are in the transition si transition lañ nekk Gambia mu ngi transition towards democracy ñun amaaguñ xagum democracy and the other thing moo nekk ne democracy how do you know you reach the final point lu gën a important su nekk ni the country landscape, political landscape is very open. The openness actually dafa create some sort of fragility. Fragility bi moo nekk ne da nga gis ne we have 18 registered political parties fu nekk ne and we have maybe I think 900 something thousand registered voters which is impressive in a sense. Gambia is 2.4 million, right? So da nga gis ne 900 something thousand, that's 80% of the population actually that are eligible to vote, register line for vote. Why 18 political parties? Risk bi nekk di am Gambia moo nekk ne the next president might be voted into office by only 50,000 people. Because we have first past the poll system. Which, let's say 20 people vote for this party, 20,000 people vote for the other party. Let's say GAP, I'm 50,000. GAP is winning, right? Because of the fragmentation of the political party, right? Political system. So lolu mean Monica GAP is leading a country where only 50,000 people vote for them. That's the recipe for civil unrest. It's important. I think that you wanna sit back and look at these parties that are coming up. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry is coming up with political parties. And most of these parties, they have literally similar ideas. They have similar programs. I mean, everybody is free to create your own political party, right? Why, if as citizens, so then you talk,
We hold these people into account.
Thank you.
Right? You have a political party. Can you come to TV and tell us what your policies are? Like Batchilly, right? Tell us what policies you have. Lan nga am pour dëkk bi, lan nga mun a defaral dëkk bi. Ne ko ne da nga génne rek sànni leen ma. Gambia dafa war a romba that stage. Stage boobu dafa war a romba. Yow soo demee ba am sañ-sañ pour create political party, da nga war a am sañ-sañ toog, you defend your policies. You defend your programs. You explain to nit yi, these are my programs. Lii lay def suma toogee, you know? Why did them create political parties? You cannot even talk policies. It's
Okay, now, but then, just to say, now if you have to compare, let's say, Jammeh, when Jammeh was around, the time of political parties, we were not many.
yeah.
So, whole landscape at that time, and then now, comparing the two.
Yeah.
But then, is there anything law hamne, mungi am currently, and then yangi feel ne, before when Jammeh was around, was much more better at that time. Was there anything at Jammeh's regime or whatever time, law hamne, more bah or more genon, amutay? What exactly?
I think it's discipline in the bureaucracy. Discipline bu amon during Jammeh days. Foog naa léegi amatu. You know, because xëj na Jammeh moom ñi ñemewuñ ko wax.
Okay.
That's one thing. Loolu is an advantage. That's actually the advantage of dictatorship. You know, so fu nekk nii Gambia is democratizing, and a lot of people dañu àgg si stage boo xam ne, and that's everywhere in the world. Stage bu nekk, people take democracy for granted.
Thank you.
You know, because ku nekk dafa wax ne I have been part of the struggle. So I have the right. I'm not right to enjoy small freedom. I have the right. You know, there are so many things that are going on in this country today. On the Jammeh, and that's not something that a government can change. It's the reality of a transitioning society. So society, I think, I have been saying this, I said this in conferences, Africa is actually more democratic than it should be. People are like, why you say that? I don't like comparison. Why I have to do that? So say to Europe, when Europe was in terms of development, time guy told one for Africa told there was no democracy because munta anda. They developed country.
You cannot
match the same. You cannot match that. You know, you need first control of what is in the country.
That's what I'm saying.
To do that, you penetrate into society. You control. Otherwise, man, I can take advantage of you. My chidla, like sa halis, do my def lima wara def, so on and so forth. I have a business. I exploit people. You know, I destroy the environment.
Thank you.
The democracy. You know.
Thank you.
Look at China. China is not developing on the basis of democracy. China, don't you realize, economic development. That's what actually creates the space for Nimuna and freedom later on.
Okay. Now quickly, so Giss Giss, Chigap.
Giss Giss, it's important.
As a party.
Gap 90 days is in fact suman dafa good. Like Lamin says, I'm going to go back to Lamin. Pour nga ñëw ak sa policies, mun nga def loolu in 30 days. Why to implement those policies? The only president who did that in 100 days, moo nekk Donald Trump. He promises dafa ñëw build wall bi, dafa ban the Muslims, right? He did that in 100 days. He's the only president who did that, right? So what happens is, moom dafa ñëw ak policies, the idea was there, it's just to build it up. So Gab, lim joxe 90 days to come up with policies and consultation with stakeholders pour gars yi mun a defar dëkk bi, teg dëkk bi, wax leen ne lii la ñoo def. Loolu is easy, you can do that in 30 days.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Why implementation bi? Loolu su Gab waxee ne mun na ko def in 90 days, that's not possible.
Now, your opinion in general about the party. Comme sa party bi noko gisee, we've seen there a lot of shift of faces like you know, and then a lot of stories you are having.
I think man, I don't know so much. Homo lu bari si Gab. Waaye benn affaire xam naa ko. Shift in leadership in a party is a sign of democracy within the party. If Batchilly insisted that, man, I am the one man ma defar party bi, Marco found, I paid my money, you know. So dama talk, duma génn, I'll be the party secretary. It's like you're young for why you have done so many things that you shouldn't be there. Why young insist that you want to be there. So foog naa shift of leadership bi It's a sign of democracy in the party.
Okay,
I would
that's
say.
very good. Modou bala ñu nga dugalal ñu advert tamala bi and then su ñëwee ñu continuer waxtaan yi bala ñu nga dugal ñu advert tamala bi Modou and then su ñëwee ñu continuer waxtaan yi Modou. ñu ngi leen di dalal back ci waxtaani gis-gis bi just pour remind leen ne ñu ngi fi am Musa Batchilly moom moo nekk guest for today ba ma ñëw si Basamba Ama thank you very much Basamba sa gis-gis sa opinion about party bi
Gambia Action Party. I mean, I think the first sign of democracy, Lumagis, with the current government, and Ahmad would not agree with me that I would agree with him that we are transitioning to democracy. Isn't that people like him could have the opportunity, you know, to form a political party, you know, because I'm not vision. I'm not a project la because most of the time, you know, the person that I listen to most of the time more about the resources, because a country without resources to them, the resources could be human, it could be capital, it could be natural resources. And there are a lot of things that he said about natural resources that we have. That alone, they can be on a different stage.
Okay.
Man, I would take it back to him as a question because man, Musa Batchilly. You talk about Musa Batchilly.
Yes.
You should inform everybody that you've changed your name or you've added your father's.
I love my father. He grew me up.
Yeah. I think you should make a press release. So
I did.
You did.
Should I?
You did?
I did.
Okay. So Musa Batchilly, you know, I want you to tell me, you know, you always talk about natural resources that we have, and you said that if we make best use of those natural resources, we would be in a different state today. Ansu, you know.
Yeah.
So,
well, you can go ahead.
Can you tell us about those resources that we have here that I don't know about?
Gis nga resource buñ am fi dafa bari. naa constaté fu ma jógee fu ma judd foofu laa ko commencé ma ñëw Kantora constituency bi Garawol ñu ngi am gold ñu ngi am diamond ñu ngi am oil soo demee léegi Garawol oil bi tubaab bi from 1982 bu ngas pax bi dañ fa def lock 7 different type of suuf lañ fa génnee gay dem Garawol Kantora boobu black basel bi ak white basel bi xam nga black basel bi they are using it for road construction white basel bi leen war a white basel bi leen war a for building ma ñëw si river Gambia bi suñ river Gambia su ma ko waxee people who knows they will agree te gap government bi rek moo ko mën a exploit. We have 10,000 tons of gold in the River Gambia. Then, We have 650 different type of gin in River Gambia. But 15 len wax, but 650 la. Jeni yoyu ben ak ben you cannot see it on earth. Zina catfish bu nek River Gambia bi ak catfish bu nek ci Atlantic Ocean de outé neexay bi. Te yeb garab len. Catfish is like gis nga tuna fish bi. Yep, si tuna fish bi lañ jógee. Te tuna fish bi, you know how much it costs in Europe. You know, Nja, you know, Basamba, you know. Tuna fish, so could they leka, they fight 15 different kind of major diseases. From heart disease, the lowest one more stress. But so could they leka constantly, then in the juru. Look at China.
Okay.
Resource body. Now let's tap into our maritime game. Look at China more than you all over from Far East Asia. New fee. Accent Sea. They're tapping in our resources. They have a mosquito net. The mosquito sea will be intercepted. I'm going to mean. Now look at Kobobunyo Lake in Gambia. Chalobi. Back in the last 5-7 years ago. So gender 500 that Chalo don't coach up 2 weeks. Legi dafa nuro ay biscuit, Chalo biscuit ile. People are eating the Chalo biscuit. Resources yoyu nak Basamba. Gis nga jen, seafood bi is the most expensive food and is the most lucrative game. Neni jen, certain neni jen is 200 euros per kilo. You know that in Italy. Te garabla. Some leaders say they know about that. Suga ñëwé ban Gambian tell me which Gambian mo am a license to use that trawler pour gay dem jën amut suñ ko amé tamit suñ ko jëlé dañ ko dé jaay man gaplet government mu né resource bo buñ am ni ma nga ñëw su ndox bi rek la luma su natural go la ma nga ñëw su ndox bi rek. This is River Gambia alone. Te River Gambia bi from Sapo CRR bi from Jawara regime up to now ñun mun nañ fi the whole West Africa. Solo Dabo doomam bu nekk Taiwan, I think you might know him. Ibrahima Dabo, Ablay Dabo. Taiwan ñu ne if the Gambian government mun ne lease Sapo rek day lease ko, they will pay us per month or per year. Lo muma hala jahal tuti. I'll do my calculation next. Either it's per month or per year, $20 to $80 million per year or per month. I don't know which. If these people are spending $20 million minimum, maximum $80 million per year or per month to lease our support, for our corrupted leaders, brutal truth be. Resource bobu, we have 3 months or 4 months rainy season. Basamba. Faro carton la, Faro buneka carton. Sunko use a modernized using sundobi. Pipe, irrigational be, that far feed the whole integrated Banjul. Malo, quality. Faro carton, black sand be, the quantity of the black sand in carton, Mr. Amat, is huge than the one in Sanyang. Say, serious which I may see black sand be lanuati. Black sand soko processing. You guys are high educated person. Soko processing. The flooded just 17 different type of resources. Sometimes pros uranium come, platinum come, gold come, zircon come. Man si zircon. Zircon you know Senegal rek ñoko am. Gambia produce per year minimum 100 to 150,000 tons. The zircon per ton is €1,000 minimum. So we are making 100 million to 150 million per year. Okay. Maximum. Let me come because I want Gambians to know. Because they said we are receiving like new Almudulen. I'm telling the Almudi ship dafaje under the leader of Gabde. But I'm telling you the truth. So if we process our raw material China would know, man. China lunyam darale amut. They don't have nothing in China. I'm going China lunyam commitment and policies. Do or die. I like Mr. Ahmad. So this Gambia go, the new control. A dictatorship in the forward new. Dictatorship ne the new reign do need saga. No, we control the movement of our resources. Policy maker new nakalunko defare niti wahne lufa neka saga ndeyi kurtukata democracy so lunko. I told I don't believe in that democracy, my brother. Listen to me. This European This is a European religion, guy in the coffee. We don't need the European religion. We need our own religion. When I say religion, I'm not talking Christian Islam. Our own democracy.
Okay. Okay.
Let me Barbara, you gotta let me break it down into particles.
Go ahead then, because of
okay, I'll break it down. Resource basamba. We need to break our resources down. If the Europeans, the EU, Buma did not merlo Mr. Ahmad, Buga sign a EU agreement with Gambia. They said they will pay us around 5.5 million euros per 5 years. In 5 years. I said these people are mad. 136 euro per ton. Tuna fish per ton is 1,200 euros in America, in Europe. Google it. Me, when I'm talking, I want you to prove me wrong.
Okay.
So coming back to the square one again. In the River Gambia, ñu am benn silicon white sand. They use that to fabricate to make the windows of the aeroplane. Gis nga oil of Libya. Let me come back. The oil of Libya. Xam nga lu tax mu nekk the best oil? They use it for high tech. Saudi Arabia, they produce more barrels than Libya. 11 million barrels. Libya highest, 3 million barrels, 1.8. But when you come to reserve of the economy of Libya, Saudi 400 billion, Libya 200 billion. You know why? The oil of Libya is the best. That's why the Europeans attack Lenin. Oil bomu neka se Gambia. We have the same quality.
Okay, now.
This is what I want you to hear. I'm on record. You know I'm on record. When GAP is in power, gis so demee carton, dead end, bu nga xam ne dem na Sénégal ali, but majority si Gambia bi la nekka. Dama la wax samp be. Gis nga Denton Bridge bi. Yes, gis nga Denton Bridge bi. Offshore oil mu fa. Xoolal sand bu ga di jël léegi Denton Bridge. You see the sand they extract. Xoolal sand bi. Demal nga tee saan bi njaay soo dem Banjul soo ko raxasee def sa loxo bi nga def ko ni nga bu yàgga nga def ni nga def nga gis you feel like oily.
Okay, now, Musa,
let me come.
Musa,
just 1 minute. We have phosphate. We have phosphate.
No, Musa,
my brother. We have just 1 minute. Just 1 minute.
Because we have
just 1 minute. We have phosphate in Gunjur.
Go ahead.
For cement.
Okay.
Jammeh, listen to me. Jammeh Yamadeglu. Those people came. You know what I like about Jammeh? He controlled the game. About a week ago, they sent us the joint venture, Senegal, Gambia. I have no problem with Senegal. I love Senegal people. They are Gambians, we are African. But the administration of Senegal, they hold us here. Our sovereignty is Fukajai. They are them FJ, they are $5. Sovereignty. Now, look at that joint venture. They tap our sea. Look up on the sea of Senegal. On the GAP-led government, sir, our close. On the leadership of Aliou, we will tell policymakers like Njai, like Mr. Ahmad, like you come, we close our sea for 3 years. How can you get a fisherman? Wow. We give them small improvement of little trawlers or little machine bunga hamne dafa ega du ega bu bari de fu nga hamne mu tab jen bi gaay di ñew lo ni mu ne leka danka for 3 years sun geej bi dañ ko ras Chinese destroy nañ ko be pare. I'm telling you.
Okay, now. Okay, Musa,
let me come.
No, Musa,
Jammeh was mining. I will just 1 minute close.
Because I have a bunch of questions.
Yeah, Jammeh was mining because I want Gambians to know our resources.
Okay,
they don't know. Jammeh was mining for Nakala to Badala, so they may Sararfa. Sararfa, so Ben Gaduga si Sudole, Digara Ketonga, Kulari, Gaduga Fufu. My uncle, Kisimadalla, may Allah forgive him, he was the geologist. Jammeh was mining and taking to Taiwan. We have resources for food. Our people.
What was he mining?
Gemstones. Gemstones, moi, sonne meat. Hamga sonne meat, yapa har mufa, yapi be mufa, moi meat. Poultry, moi chicken. Fish. But gemstone from ngagis diamond, ngagis emeralds, ngagis tamarai, ngagis rubies, moi gemstones. Combination of yep mofaneka. Jammeh was mining that. So now, Gambians in we are tax based, we are dono. Ni sen dono them $20 million project, $45 million project, $50 million different Gambians soon leaders, soon civil servant, them project, the seminar, per diem, seminar per diem, seminar per diem. Now the whole world would think that Gambia is what? Is Amundara.
Okay, now. Musa,
But election, why the whole eyes, the whole entire world the whole entire world, the eyes on Gambia. Why? My brother, look at that. United Nations, mangi dem mita guy, nga EU, Ecowas. This small country, why the eyes on us?
Okay, Musa.
Because of the resources are here.
Okay, Musa, muna nyo si watan.
Batchilly, call me Batchilly.
Okay, Batchilly.
Sir, thank you.
Okay. Yes. Batchilly, na nyo si watan now. Because dañ wara jogay chance ñu analyze. And then lu ma bëgg ñu wax mooy ñu ngi gis ne now we maa ngi wax yow mel ni yow yaay suñ président or let's say seen parti bi ñoo nekk in place as government léegi suñ domestic debt was bàyyi ma ñëw was $32.1 billion and external debt bi was about $35.5 billion but this year mooy 35.5 bi this year. So in 2019, it was 32.1. So, gis nañ such in between time we have reasons and factors here was because gis nañ COVID ñëw and so many issues. But then, Batchilly, su doon yow seen government, let's say GAP, yéen a am dëkk bi right now, nan ngeen mën a def ba avoid this kind of unnecessary spending yu nekk di gis government di ko def?
84 Gambia make one Tanzania. Landscape-wise. 84 Gambia make one Tanzania. So ne Gambia one Gambia up to 84 times. Makafuli, may God forgive him. He developed that country, my brother, without no IMF, no EU, no European, no donors, small resources. Gambia is richer than Tanzania when it comes to resources. And they develop. Gis nga foo gis kuy jël bor. A certain government muy jël bor gëmul boppam.
Okay, now tell me solutions.
I'm coming solely to pay the debts.
Because dama bëgg load quickly, as in to say lii la ñoo def to avoid this. Lii la ñoo def to avoid this.
We call our policy makers.
Okay.
The vision will lie down. Bor buñ am 35 billion, 60 billion, 100 billion, 300 billion. And the resources to pay them. We talk to our people who gave us the debts that we don't need no more debts from you guys. We have our raw material that you need. We check on international market. For some policy maker you. See economy you. You understand? The dictatorship for flower and nak. Performance agreements for flower and nak. Policy suñ toogee ñaata debts naka lañ ko war a fay naka la ban resource moo ko war a fay ñu tap to the resources. Process bi ñëw ku ko buga dëkk bu ko buga su fekkee ne America moo ko buga for example and we owe them 100 billion ñaata tons of that resource moo war a create 100 billion you agree take it then so ko bu extra now we start paying we start buying on the starter market so fekkee international market is per ton is 300 million.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, that's the best because you know why, let me tell you something. China in 50 years ago China mundara they believe in themselves. They bring their policies, control the economy, control some people be, d'accord ne, li len wara def, they stop corruption be. In China, if you are corrupted, they slaughter you.
So, but Batchilly, let's come back to this.
I'm coming.
Indilma, because they have more points. So
no, they got no point.
So one minute. No, younger points you have there, really they make sense. But then, what exactly? For example, actions you have there, you can put it in place, and then you want to avoid not to even have one billion debt.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying nakala nyo kick out the debt.
But I'm going to know Europeans see if they want to really commit you, they give you loans. I don't need no loan. I don't need no loan from you.
Still like bank on.
Huh?
Still ngay rely on.
Some resources see. Look I rely. Look back dollar be do goal. When Gaddafi bring the policies, they decided we kill this motherfucker, man. Let's kill him.
Okay.
That's what they said.
Okay.
No, I mean, one for I think
I
think ne pour nga jël bor Europe jëloon nañ bor after the World War, Second World War, the Marshall Plan. Bor nekkul problème bi mooy naka nga usee bor bi. what do you use the money for? How you use the money? Foofu la problème bi nekk.
Mr. Amat interrupt ma la.
Waaw.
bor baax na.
Waaw.
su fekkee ne.
Waaw.
amuloo dara. nga am vision bi. nga am policies yi. committed technocrats ñu ngi fa. who love the country hard. They can take $1 billion, transform it, pay back, they move. But if you have the resources, why do you need?
Mr. Batchilly,
Why do you need? Would you have the resources?
At some point.
Why do you need, Mr. Ahmad? You have the policy, you have the resources. Lumanyan, Saudi Arabia, did you see anywhere in Saudi they got debts?
Okay, now, Batchilly.
They have.
Well, if they have debts,
The problem is...
if they have debts, this was 1991. Believe me, this is a coordinated.
No, I haven't got. Honorable, foog naa gis nga America foog naa tey bokk na si countries yu gën a develop waaye America mu ngi ameel China debt. They owe China trillions.
In commercial transaction.
ñu ngi leen ameel xaalis bu bëri. You know, so problème bi foog naa du affaire yi jël debt bi. Problème bi mooy yow jël nga xaalis because ñun Gambia xëy na probably dañoo jël xaalis jël ko to pay our civil servants. So da nga war a am like a plan to make sure ne loolu mu génnee xaalis. Man I was talking to somebody about this. University Gambia si boppam dafa war a produce own xaalisam. I don't mean mu produce ko in that sense. Lu ma mean mooy dafa war a nekk an extractive institution. boo xam ne tey nekkul ne every year dafa budget mu yóbbu ko government jël xaalis bi jox government amut government dafa dem lebi xaalis mu ñëw jox ko university. University what they do they pay their lecturers and pay few things. So university dafa war a nekk institution bu nekk dafa war a find a way of making money. Every institution. Exactly. Every institution bu nekk. Because li xew mooy ñun Gambia I mean we've been taking debt since independence, right? Just like every other country. The loolu xëj na is going to be the future of the country for the next 20 years. It's going to go on. It doesn't matter which party comes to power. Why the difference would be party bi a new government can come to power mu am debt and they use the money in a different way.
Okay.
You know? Okay. It's where you put the money. Where do you put the money? What do you It's not about whether I should take it or not.
Okay.
It's more about how do I use this money to make sure mu jural ma dara.
Okay. Okay now. Okay.
Come back to you. Ma setal ko tuuti fii rek. Non tuuti rek xam nga super Ba Samba daf ko de tooga Yaasa Ganaar in France in Sweden. So léegi lu ñoo def xam nga. Okay, go ahead. Dégg la bor man lu ma gëm. Our policies. This is Gambia. We're not talking about international policies here. Dema am luma am. Batchilly yali suma own person I have $100 million in my account. Mako mom. Lu tax ma dem jël bor $1 billion. Why?
Yeah, because at some point they
did.
Because of the projects you're there.
No, project bu ma dama ko minimize si suma $100 million bi. Muy jur comme muy jur.
Fofu la wax ji
muy jur di jur bi ega.
I mean, I also think I also think the problem with bor Moy.
Okay.
You know, I mean, the whole, capitalist system is not fair. America takes bor at the interest rate of 5%.
Less than that, sir.
Less than 4-5%.
0.49%.
They give it us up to 20%. Understand? So also that we have to look at that. Do we have to take an unnecessary borbo hamne? Hamun plan funko dugal, and we take it very expensive to munin ko fay. You also have an exit plan. How do you pay back? Because you know what? I have information. Gambia is qualified for our external debts to be wiped out. We may be qualified, but our politicians will not tell us that. Imagine there was a time that Gambia we were on how to call it we had a sanction, but we didn't know it until after 6-7 years. So the government is not communicating to us exactly what is happening within.
Transparency.
They're not talking to their citizen.
So Ansu, I think gis nga bori ñoo jël.
Waaw.
Lu nekk agreement la. Because society is Africa. Every $4 nga jël bor yaa ngi fay $17.
Every $4.
Every $4.
And you pay $70.
You're paying $17.
$17.
If you are a good negotiator, mun nga wax ne okay man duma fay loolu. You need to everything international affairs is all about negotiation. Gis nga Chinese su ñoo ñëw sign yow deal. If they signing deal on maritime, they bring every person from every ministry. foog ñu toog fa.
Experts.
Okay, infrastructure. What do you think? Ministry of Water Resources. What do you think? Finance, Foreign Affairs. Everybody is involved.
Okay.
You know, lu mun a jël benn nit rek one ministry mu dem sign agreement.
Over $20 billion.
Over $20 billion. When this actually project is going to be implemented in the country where every other institution will be involved.
Okay. Lamin, sa opinion about Musa ci question bu nga ko laajte mooy plans yu gars yi di am to tackle, for example, or avoid ñu war a am debts yi nii. Say my mistake. I was saying that 2019, but 2020, more between internal debt, of course, and then external debt.
700 million, 35 billion.
It was 32. That is domestic.
Almost like 600 million dollars.
35.5.
Do you know
billion.
what that?
Okay.
Create for the country.
About plans.
mbiri bor bi problème boo xam la every government bu ñëw Gambia di nga ko fa fekka. boo ko yokkutee
doo ko wàññi.
man nu ma ko gisee boo ko yokkutee doo ko wàññi. Yes, comme ñoom they have this very ambitious plan ne okay Gambia am na all these resources. comme Musa Batchilly rek a ko gis. Unfortunately. All of our leaders have been here how many years?
And they don't want to mention it. You never
even see a leader talk about them. Musa Batchilly, all these minerals or all these resources yoo xam ne moom la fi mention. musuma dégg benn leader. Either in government or in opposition, past or present, could talk more. Okay, we have all of these resources here. This is how we intend to go about them in terms of new exploit, new rely on those resources, new build sun dekabe. Amu fen. So mbiri debt bi, this is a very complicated issue. Bo demé ci deka bu neka. dañoo jël bor one way or the other dañoo jël bor either develop country develop bor bi moom dina ñëw because there are clearly projects yoo xam ne yooyu dañ ko privatize you need private companies and institutions yi nga xam ne you need them even in the West you need that for them to and when that happens those are public private partnerships.
Pour dimbale la bo mo BOT
the issue of
build, operate and transfer.
That is just one part.
That's one part.
Just one part. Haram ma jeekali.
Okay, go ahead.
So di nga gis ne loolu is always going to be there. But comme Amad lim wax am na make na a lot of sense. Xaalis bi soo ko jëlee nga dugal ko ci loo xam ne I mean, du la jural for example you take the money you take the money li moo def mooy daf la dee dugal si problème boo xam ne you will not find any exit
you gonna take another money nga fay
extra money exactly
suli buki
yeah okay so yow li nga dee def mooy you have your problem so you just need money to come and fix that problem and then that's it you don't think about how am I going to get that money back and then even make profit boo xam ne loolu mën nga koo denca nga use ko pour sa yeneen programmes yi so that is the problem in our country the issue of the resources I mean if we can have a government boo xam ne dafa ñëw mu confirmal ñu ko because first we need to know these things all these things that Batchilly is saying we need to know it
is confirmed
ndax am na ndax amul ba li ma gis mooy fii rek mooy black sand bi Gemstone bi Yaya Jammeh bu mu doon lifin but there is also a lot of secret around that government never came out to say am nañ oil amuñ oil we have seen drilling here you have companies come here you search everywhere they didn't see anything
they are extracted
I
have a professor that's not internship under him in Paris he sent someone I will show you the evidence from Senegal he's sitting he's a Canadian French and American citizen he's a professor in mathematics he sent a geologist from Senegal to go to Garawal, your town, your village, pour check and test the sand. He sent me a message while I was in Sweden, but I could not facilitate everything. All the way from Senegal, bukal ko flight, put them and mujel sand, bijel nako, you go to Senegal to test the sand. Why? Why?
That's why I'm saying.
Chinese people get the bill fatoto to Basse, a Basse to fatoto. Luga kutu yep yobne ko China.
Loda manalane.
Igara sengo be du suutu, ida suude ngi China.
Okay Musa.
Moda manalane, da nga soxla government boo xam ne dafa am jom. Dafa serious in terms of these resources.
Give me your hand, man. Give me your hand, sir.
In terms of these resources.
Dafa am jom.
Right? You need people that are experts. ñoo xam ne ñoo la war a jàppale as to how you can tap into those resources. That tap len, am hardest, make a lot of money, develop your country, and be able to stay away from debt. What can do the jail debt? Even the developed countries, they
nature, then the jail debt.
Didn't lab.
That's nature.
No. Don't depend solely on that because the economy, so all these sectors.
Mr. Mat, you see Mozambique. Remember Mozambique. Remember to Mozambique.
Yes.
They got the second biggest charcoal. Kembu. But Mozambique, China hold them here. It's just to take the eyes out.
It's a tax-based economy.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay. It's a tax-based economy. Lempu, Namo, Kunega Fay, Kunega Fay. That's what we depend on. Rolling they depend. Put you take care of.
They are brainwashing you.
You move.
They are brainwashing us.
I guess the Lulu is not tax. Tax do die. Tax do muna die. Now you have the other part. Government. Limuna def right now, that's the only option that they can do is to rely on debt, internal, external. Well, you invoke the multilateral Bretton Woods institution, you dimbalela, you jola halis, ngamuna run some programs. Internally, you rely on banks, and banks here, mom. That's why
in the whole entire dunya, the fourth largest gold reserved is France, 2.555 tons. 2,555,000 kilos of gold like I am. Do you see any gold mine in France? Do you see any gold mine in France?
Africa line
they take it all from in Mali,
they have spending capacity.
The biggest oil reserve is in the US.
Mali has
the biggest oil reserve is in the US.
It's in the US.
They don't have any oil.
Huh?
The US don't have oil. They have the biggest reserve.
You know why?
Listen,
let me come. You don't understand what I'm. Can I come?
Every country survive on your foreign policy.
Oh, this is foreign policy of France.
People.
France, 14 country, look at how dumb we are in Africa. How dumb we are. 14 countries in Africa. 14 pays. You have use self-abuse. Suñ ko buga sensé ba ci lu su béykat ñu dem dañ ma rey 500 milliards de dollars.
It's our problem.
France France di jël loolu du dundal. That's France using that money to pay their social security, send welfare system bi. They're taking care of their monies from us.
Okay, now Batchilly.
I'm going to comment we got corrupted leaders.
Batchilly, because of time.
Mr. Matt,
Batchilly.
you have to, sometimes you have to get big heart.
Batchilly.
You know we have
a good Africa.
Batchilly. No,
Basamba. This is France, Mali same coup d'etat bi neex na ma.
Batchilly.
Same coup d'etat bi def ma neex. You know why? These African leaders in West Africa puppet land. They make constitutional naka Conakry. That time they constitution all the Ecowas they muted. They didn't say anything.
Okay, now Batchilly.
When remember they muted. They didn't say anything. But more dangerous coup d'etat. Two-term constitution. Third term because of the foreign policy of France. You need power la. Legi na coup d'etat bobu
do you have to blame France on
that?
I will blame the whole France. You know why?
You blame our leaders for not.
Now Batchilly. Batchilly, let's use a question.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
We know that fragile democracy, of course. We know that for a fact. But then right now you have economic in the country. Economic soldiers, of course.
Yeah, I want to hear that.
You know that in this country. So let's say gap. So you were in power right now.
Right now.
Yes.
We'll continue, sir.
No, Armanyo.
We'll continue, sir. Mr. Jai, we'll continue. The moment you get real gap, they're gone. 72 hours. Are we in a war?
You don't need their protection.
Gambian have been protecting us from 1965 by today, by 2017. Are we in a war, Mr. Ahmad?
It's part of the reform.
Are we in a war?
But you know, it doesn't always happen like that. You know, we have to also be reasonable. Understand nga? This is our own problem. The issue of economics is problem. As a nation. Then election, you have some people among us, they were very dishonest. This standoff, the economic ñoo fii nii. So economic su ñooy génn tamit I mean ñi suñu naa the region
indi fi super kanja wax
this is a region boo xam ne
no
this is not super kanja this is proof
go ahead sir
issue of economic ñii suñu xarit leen suñu amee problème we share it suñu amee loo xam ne tamit is good, then could they share. Now, the Ecowas stood by us. The new Japanese decision process. Gambians needed that change. Without economic, I doubt Yaja Medina them. Without the intervention of Ecowas, I doubt I doubt Medina because we were still going to live in a dictatorship because Yaja Medem Namune annulled the election. There was going to be a new election, and nobody can do anything about it without the Ecowas intervention. Like Ecowas, these are our friends.
And we want them to.
These are our friends. So we want them to live. It has to be reasonable. You cannot tell me yo da nga come haj. Okay, get alen. And then they go.
Are you a Senegalese intelligent now? Are you being sent by Senegalese?
No. I'm just telling you.
No, we are talking.
Yes, we are talking.
Okay, now.
Yes, you cannot do that.
No, you cannot do that.
With due respect. International principle doesn't allow that.
You cannot do that. Can I comment, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you can. I have high regards for economic. Ecowas. Are we in a war? Let us send Ecowas in.
We are in a transition.
No, wait a minute. Let us send Ecowas. Let us send Ecowas in Conakry.
To you.
It's different. The context and the situation are different.
Okay, so situation. Okay, now I'll make it easier for you.
Yes.
Babylon Mansa Mune do them. Mune de Kosacha. Lord from started to result. Manevang 200,000. 1 week la no, Mr. Mona is 220,000. You also for neck and yo yai.
But if Jammeh was also honest, look, that is the what you call devil's error.
That was the opportunity for the Europeans, led by the French, pour guys Senegal. From 1867, French want to take Gambia through Senegal, Guinea regions. I'm for them mad. I'm not. Can I come in? Why you cut me off? Why you cut me off? You know you my brother. I like that. So now, Echo make me sing you. Guide them balonu. Degala, Babili Mansa was powered. I'm not Dolly. I'm not Luneka. Now Echo me bunyu. So guy bu Babili them. Why won't you restore the entrust to the Gambian Sisumbuge war? My man, they would have gone war. The machines, boy, you know, I don't want to talk. They know. Our military, they listen to me. You understand? There was a system here. So Jamie Buge Hehon, we will wrap Senegal.
No.
Okay. And now European I was there. Economic be. And then right at that time, they needed Ecowas d'accord. Okay, lady, they because of the Jammeh was their enemies. They fear Jammeh. You understand? Jammeh were their enemy. They kicked Jammeh out. Jammeh boom deme. Boom restore peace. Baronu elected, said no problem. Why are they still here?
Okay, now. Okay, Ahmad.
Why are they bringing 625 troops again? Do you want to tell me our police, our military, me gap, military Ramadeglu, so you know we gap. I bring the trust back to you guys. This Economic gave them 72 hours. They will leave.
It's proper
process. Economic time fi gaay ñëwé dañ leen soxla won. Su gaay waré génné tam dañ ko wara jaarale yoon.
Weduma lolu.
dañ leen war a jaarale yoon ñu ne leen léegi nii dul leen waaye li gën a important moo nekk ne économique because research daf ko wone foreign force si biir dëkki jàmbur
yaa rek la di def
after 7 years or so citizens dañu start to develop some sort of amnesia because they see them as invading forces so économique li mu war a def mooy quickly mu train Gambian security forces. They have been doing that, of course.
Build trust.
Yeah, you build trust, institutional trust. Security reform, we fast track it. You know, then they leave, they exit before it gets to that point. You know, why the time they came, it was justified.
Don't go don't come to the point. Don't police it. Bureaucracy, these Gambians, they want to hear the raw material. Just the rawness me. Pull in the bureaucracy.
Okay, Batchilly. No, Hara, I think that is very important.
I think fair enough.
Okay, Basama's opinion about it.
No, you see,
the ideology of kicking out economic.
No, I think at some point economic will have to go because we don't all want to see economic here for a long time or forever because there is no kind of civil unrest in the Gambia. We had it at the time. and it was needed at the time. But the thing is, like, economic, when they signed 3 years because transition change, transition different change 3 years. After 3 years, they went back to review whether they should stay or not, according to the security sector reform. When they look at it, they said, oh, according to the report, they still need to be here until after election, because then there's a possible threat during, post, and pre-election. So they've seen threat, and they said, you know what, they have to stay until after that. Until after that, then Economic will have to strike it because they extended the contract for 1 year again. That will come after the election. So whoever wins, democracy or whatever, will be restored. And then Economic will sit because they sign a contract and agreement with the Gambian people. Then they will look at it after election, and they will have to leave. When they are leaving as well, they will leave in badges. They don't just get up and leave. They will leave, and they will look at the change in the security sector reform. Should they maybe improve, then they will start leaving until the last badge leaves.
Okay.
So right now, as we speak right now, the number of our airport. As we speak now, the number of troops we had at the time. They are controlling our seaport. As we speak now, the number of troops we had before. Ñu ngi wàcca so ñu fi nekkoon tam dem nañ so ñu ngi indi the people they bring in, so if they're sending 800 back, they bring it 400 in.
Actually, so now we have more like a stabilizing.
Okay, now look at the Mr. Ansu. Okay. Economic from Nigeria, they are controlling our seaport. Sovereignty be them na. Nekana fukajai. Economic of Ghana, ñu ngi control the Nigeria economic, they are controlling the airport. If your aviation is controlled, they know the secret of your aviation. Yeah, but I know too. But no, listen to me.
In any intervention,
no, hold on. They come back. The security of the economy from Ghana, they are controlling our seaport.
That's part of their mandate, bro. That's part of their mandate.
I'm not denying that, sir. Okay. The Senegalese, they are internal with us. They know our sovereignty. Yo so xamé secret ba ci lu kunda dama yap lutangal Musa Hussein
ñoko tek sun bopa de dama ko luma wax ñun ñoko tek sun bopa
d'accord na su lolu ñoko tek sun bopa ñoko tek no wadu man su lolu ñay pour kenen ñoo ko gëna outside ñu ko gëna naka la anaga mosquito le madale pou pa pou dere dena mosquitoes
72 hours is
but 72 hours no one I'm ready no listen to me imagine brother when I'm using batting here, Hikma. When I say 72 hours, get ready. I'm coming.
Okay, now.
They prepare themselves. Okay, now. Agreement, Bobu. What are the agreement? Look at agreement book. Let them be on transparency.
Yeah, it's public information.
Public information. When was publicized? No. When was that? Remember, when was that?
No, Batchilly.
When?
No, Batchilly.
Gambian see definitely in our local, in our internal languages.
Okay, now.
Did they say it's Rahule Maninka Jola Pula for better understanding? Mr. Ahmad, did they do that? 80% of the Gambians, they don't know what's up. They are raw. We need to explain them raw for better understanding.
Then back to the program. Lamin, I'm not going right?
No, lima buga wax moy come in terms of all this arrangement at the end of the day. Man len rek ade meet suma hol. In terms of the economic and then / they'll tell you okay, we have this arrangement with Senegalese. Comme so holé sun borderline bi. Comme Senegalese yi soldiers yi ñu nga xamné ñoo jëlen fa station man ñooñu rek la amal affaire ñooñu what they are doing I think that is wrong and government needs to review that. First you have Senegalese soldiers ñi nga xamné dañoo joté ak sun gaay at the border ñu ñëw cross into Gambia arrest nit ñi yóbbu leen. That man is unacceptable. You cannot have that in your country. The other issue is Banta bi Casamance lañ ko dee jëlee. Yes. Waaye yow Senegalese soldier bi yow sa doole bi fi mu am mooy border bi. Suñ ko goree foofu noonu Gambian su ko goree foofu soo ko téye foofu noonu.
But the thing is
soo ko téye waaye dañ leen ñëw retain ñu suñ nit ñi.
But it's maybe there's an agreement. Maybe we are not privy to that.
Defense minister bi dina la wax ne
an agreement. As agreement from both sides. Not they can pursue criminals or they can.
No, the minister said that. The minister said, but they need to look into that.
I think the Gambians are also doing that on the other side as well.
No, Gambians are not doing that. There has never been a moment. There has never been a moment.
There is a
where
mandate
Gambian soldier be
But there is also a mandate for
Amul fen.
Gambian soldiers to say criminal because most of the time the business is this way around.
Okay.
The Senegalese come and bring those things here.
Okay.
Because Chinese like
Why the other issue is
Bantarot
security.
Gambia nga jël Gambian product la nga ne da nga dugg Sénégal pour jaay ko
Gis nga banta bi
da nga regret.
Okay, now Batchilly.
Gis nga banta bi banta bi sun security ñoo war a réguler
come on the ticket of gap.
ñoo war a réguler
policies,
loolu
Okay.
ñoo war a réguler loolu noonu
Okay.
di nga gis ne
I'm going EU. Look at the European currency. When the European currency comes, Switzerland, look at my respect them. They are committed. They say Swiss franc ain't go nowhere.
Okay, now Batchilly.
Even the Swedish actually.
She do the corona be no go nowhere.
Okay.
You soon fokaja soon. You know we are naked.
Okay, Batchilly.
Gambia sovereignty, we are naked. 13 and we are naked, my brother.
So how can you change that?
Batchilly, please. Okay, no.
Jakal nga sawabi nga ne ko lu gën a naxari mooy sénégalais yi bëgg ñu yàpp di ñëw
non man li ma wax mooy
mais ko mu continuer mais ko mu continuer with the same policy with you sa boo nee na ma boo soo wone économique bi nag they 72 hours they have to go.
No, Batchilly nañ déglante pour ñu mën a joxe show bi because we're left with just 25 minutes.
We can even go for 2 hours, man.
Yes.
So now, lu ma la bëgg a laajte mooy in 2019.
Wow.
yow yaa ngi ne nguuri baro bi dañ am cooperatives yoo xam ne ñu ngi fa and SACS. You know, but ndax yow do you still stand by that because of recent ñu ngi gis yaa ngi am some interaction with the NPP. Do you still stand by that?
Have you ever seen me where recent?
No, I mean,
supported them in Yamina.
Yeah, of course. My interaction.
You said they should vote for
so
NPP.
is it necessary to vote change?
All the people.
Is there any
in fact, you said yaa tax NPP win for. Yaa tax NPP win for because you went there campaign and said the voters should vote for Barrow.
Yeah, but before that,
the NPP candidate.
Okay, go ahead.
Nyamina West.
No, but I don't Nyamina West.
Cooperatives.
Let's start with
Sachakati.
Yeah.
Cooperatives.
This was in 2000.
Corrupted sole officialcy.
You still stand by that?
Ila Yomidi.
So that is Barrow's government.
That's coalition government led by Barrow. It's not NPP. Coalition government, 7 political parties, so-called intellects.
Can you call out the names?
No.
7 political parties. That's obvious. Like, even Bamsa Hamnalu.
No, the cooperatives, the individuals. There was a point. Now that you said that, you know some of these people in person.
No, Basama.
Would you want to call out them? No, I mean, Ansu.
No, Basama.
If you have this information,
no,
you need to talk to us and tell us who are these. Do we know these individuals in person?
Basamba.
Yes.
I'm Aduna.
There's no sutra in politics, bro.
Do I say sutra?
Okay.
Do you hear I say sutra?
Right.
When the right time comes, when I talk,
There cannot be any better time than this time.
No, Basama.
I'm a man
This is
of
Giss
No,
Giss.
Basama.
Moi Giss Giss. Ona wari. Giss Giss ona wari. Na jeje. Huh? Let's Giss Giss ona wari. Gisko. Ona wari.
Sure, call out the names now, please.
Wana Barone, Ministry of Lands, Ministry.
Perfect.
Let him put his eagle eyes on it. Ministry of Finance, let me put his eagle eyes on it. Ministry of Fishery, let him put his eagle eyes on it. Ministry of Construction, let him put his. I mean, you know, you interview me. My man,
There is no minister of
Okay, no. Trade works.
Construction works.
Yeah, works. Different from trade, but works. Yeah.
Works.
Okay, go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead.
So these ministers.
So many ministry
Basam,
from the minister down, they need to be. If gap whip, Minister Yep Lenyo to my house arrest.
So you are arresting
What evidence do you have?
House arrest, the money sent diploma passport need to be collected and they would no travel ban. When I say house arrest, you can get out from the country. No travel ban.
That's confiscation.
Travel ban completely. You know why?
No, clear that. House arrest or you are arresting them and putting them at one place?
No, my brother. When they say gap, government bu fa nek legi led by Barrow, coalition government, ñu fa nek official yep, ministry yep, I put restriction on them. They cannot travel.
You want to investigate
Until we done. When you have found why did they implement ACC, Anti-Corruption Commission? It was implemented 2018 by the former Minister of Justice, Mr. Tambedu. Luta, bentay, mënuñ ko implement. Why?
It's part of the.
They said, no ko waxati ñu ne asset declaration. Some of the ministers didn't know themselves.
The only commission that was...
Some of the ministers, they were renting.
Okay, now...
Some of the ministers were debted.
The only commission that is working is the Human Rights Commission. That's the only commission that is working.
Manejane Commission Lasola, CRC Lasola, TRC, the big joke.
Okay, now...
TRC, more big joke. You know why? They said they complete the job. They now know the job is not completed. Some said the job is half completed.
Batchilly,
victims in Layerem.
Batchilly, munga ñew si Lamin Lungwa, because there was a time you made mention of you were part of at least playing a role to a point NPP win in Nyamina.
UDP no one the new Dimbale GDC. The UDP they have no power in Nyamina West.
I have a question.
So but you
listen to me.
So but
I will come to question. Bunyu wa hello. Manoko GDC. A gap. You know, win Nyamina. By the time I was under my former party, I have people up to there today.
Honorable.
Okay,
let me finish.
No,
let me finish. So, Manoko, by that time I was not ready to put my what's his name again, my candidate there. Me, I want fresh, no half. So then, Majuku. Ma was my executive the central call. Manoko mange dem di baleki one wall bi ne ni luñ wax na len divide. Did I tell you that?
So you
Madam Fofu, ma wax suma nit bi. Ma jël interview ci Star FM ci Sarahulé. By Karaga. Ma wax mané ko suma nit yi suñ ma jam fawul di len door jiti bayna sama wal ard dama nek fofu day sag day UDP they sagan day fofu be matit.
So you were part of those.
Kama continue.
You in the change.
Kama continue.
You in the sorry.
But buga wine. Be elega wa no jarama.
But you should have an agreement with them.
NPP bete jarama. Madam on the 2nd of June. Madam made the president. Manoko sir, with due respect. With due respect. I did. Yena manyo feka. Jox ma Range Rover Pajero wax na la ko Pajero full tank accent driver jox ma $30,000 so in case if I say no ma jox ko suma campaign manager bi former campaign manager is out of the campaign na ñu dem ñu waaga yëpp ma jox leen arrangeur Kande loolu xam nga lu tax ma lay Kande something Kande one thing even sa Kande is a big brother man Kande soo ko defara dara daf ko dee wax Kande jóg waaw GDC UDP ñu ñëpp dégg ne UDP dafa dem dimbale GDC foofu the whole entire world heard about it. But Kande, Jerejef na pa Usenu, Ba Usenu, I will never call Usenu Dabo. I'll call Ba Usenu. Suma harit pada. Mu call Mune Ba Usenu, Jerejef, UDP, Jerelin. NPP, none of them. Amaru Sane. Nijay Jarabati, what's his name? The president. He came to my house. Mon uncle Lamada, mon uncle, Jerejef. You did your best. Alhamdulillah.
No, but don't you think that...
I took the highest risk.
Batchilly.
Remember Tuti? I went there to show my prove na dunane popularity buma fufu.
Okay, but
are you with me?
No, but actually, don't you think that the reason why NPP, let's say the president called la pour say thank you is because big gap numbers amulen numbers like as in numbers they are not really there.
Negofa. Support.
That brings
because right now you get so much of rallies. You nekadi happen. Even recently we've seen SFL rally stage 1 fee Buba zone, and then other parties are doing the same thing. But then we're yet to see gap new stage a very big rally to a point that you know actually really I'm the numbers. So to a point the president now want to thanks for this.
Political of crowd doesn't determine you win election. Political of commitment. So I'm a Lulu. Sa supporters I'm Lulu. Man, every day, right now as we're talking, right now as we talk, Suma 12 executive nationwide, they are doing their sport meeting for over 2 months.
And you are not part of the team?
Sport meeting, you know what sport meeting means? Go to people. Kadubi, Fimomum Kadubi. Kimomum Kadubi. communicate with them. They keep quiet. maa ngi ñëw du ma wax date bi because we are working on it. We are coming to our national mega rally. And we call all our committed supporters nationwide to come for like his camp.
Ahmad, you were
ma jaar tuuti nga ne président bi mu ne am ma fa crowd bu ma dem waxaa moom xam na lu ma wax demal ñaamina if you want léegi ëllëg ma kurtu xaata joola
waxul ne président bi mu ne amuloo crowd dafa ne maybe yow li nga amutee crowd moo tax président bi waxul la jërëjëf
xam nga su ma demee ma wax président ma ne ko yow nga ne ñu lii lu ñu wax foofu du ma ko wax fii because I'm a man of secrecy but wax naa ko ne yow none of you guys ever come and say thank you lu ma tontu foofu loolu doy na ma.
Okay, Ahmad mu ngi la
Mr. Batchilly, Gambia toll na si age boo xam ne some age of coalition politics lañ nekk. Yow do you see yourself forming coalition with a party in case you do that ban party nga foog ne nga mun a àndal.
Mr. Ahmad.
Yes.
Coalition is formed to win.
Yes.
But they're not formed to govern. I will never be part of something that's to win, not to govern. I want to be part of something that will govern. That I'm going solo. Our hands, doors are open, goblet. You come, we sit, you follow, we lead. Sign, confirm,
That's
stamp.
how coalition is
But you don't have the...
Okay, my brother, I'm just telling you, I pay my $1 registers to stand as a political entity.
Bachilly.
Yes.
You ask, go ahead.
Man, I follow politics. I follow politics from a distance. Why your GAP doesn't have the political instrument to lead a coalition.
Yes.
You have to bandwagon.
Wow.
I think.
Wow.
Okay,
So now I'm asking you.
Mr. Ahmad.
So what a bandwagon? If you want a bandwagon,
Mr. Ahmad.
but political party ka fog nga wara muna handle.
Mr.
Nga
Ahmad,
win.
I was born to lead.
Okay.
My beliefs and my determination is to lead. I don't do my defni man danga topa ma bambula ma yobula.
Okay.
Wagon? That means you highly disrespect me.
No, why mun nga
But
anda?
I love it.
No, mun nga anda.
Manda mane.
No, Ahmad,
wax na la ko clearly. From the inception of this party. Mr. Njai, of my interview, can we count it?
It's going to be difficult.
But thank you, sir. I like the word. That I will contest even Sumawara crowd did them rally, campaign. We are crowding in. Kurumu. I'll go alone.
Okay.
You go solo.
Okay.
Come,
You see-
Gabora them solo. I think.
But I have information that GAP is part of a coalition negotiation right now. Are you not part of any negotiation with that?
You know me, I'm you know me.
Could you tell us? I have information that you
okay.
yeah.
The
You're currently discussing.
opposition coalition, they know themselves. I can mention the names. It's not hidden. It was seen in the newspapers.
Yes.
Dr. Cisse, APP, Bojang, Nup Jammeh, Kande, what's his name again? Gambia for All. My Fati. I went after I attended the third session. I sat there 45 minutes. I left.
What does that mean?
I'm not interested.
Are you still?
Okay,
are you still
no,
part of
Bassam,
the meeting?
Bassam,
Are you still? Are you still?
Liga wa is important. I'm not paying
Can you listen me? I want you to ask me, let me clarify.
A follow-up question.
No, I give you credit
You went
for...
in the third session. You went in the third session, and negotiations are still on. Do you have any representative now negotiating
There is
now?
no representative of GAP in there.
Since when?
Since I left the third session.
Since you left the third session.
They informed, you know what the problem is? Let me break it down. Dr. Cisse met me at the Chinese restaurant, Bambo, here. Me, Dr. Cisse, my senior administrative secretary, I'm a national spokesperson. We have a dinner, we spoke, that this opposition are creating, how you call it, and all this. I said, I cannot come, but I'll send my representative. I sent my spokesperson. They changed the mood of operandi that only political leaders or deputy. But he should inform us. When I send my representative, Bumako Yoni, no, we change the operandi immediately. Fofla affaire that means there is no proper structure.
Okay, now.
You remember today, Fofla hande kus gaisum plane. nga wax ma ne mun naa seen any representative man seen suma representative nga wax ne no then change ñu ne leaders of deputy soo defee lu ta inform nu immediately.
Okay, now Batchilly.
loolu wan ma ne foundation of that you know my little thing. Même I'm to go into okay. We have plenty of time.
No, 15 minutes and
okay, let me break it down in second.
No,
because
these are important things.
Very good, let me quick. Then, nga buga form dara. Lolo tami I believe when objectively, Basamba, today majok example. The fane manyo, mane Basamba yama invite ya nyo collect masuma kir ma anda yo nyu wahdan before. Mune da fasen driver manoko sunega babay. No moy commitment. Madam nga ne ma yoni ñit nga no ko warta nekk sino executive nga ruslo man suma sino executive si fofu nga ne da ngeen change fofu la mi yeen mu leen structure
okay now bas
okay gay senat ma taxe so madam mo tok benen leader mu fa ragal mo wax turam de
waxal turam
police bila police la
waxal turam okay waxal turam because this is important pour ñu leral
madam fofu
waxal turam
ma fekka docteur Cissé docteur Bojang docteur Jammeh my party, representative of GFA, representative the second deputy of GDC at APP. Maduga Mas Malit, Mana Assalamu alaikum, Maneko Bojang. The Secretary General of, what's the party's name again? NRD. Maneko Bojang, Faluma. Te Bojang, Munembum leader la. I believe him, that's his son, I respect him.
Fagulo Bojang, Numla Banyan Nuyo, is it related to some problem? Because Bojang was in your party, the Gapla Nekon, then Geneko as your presidential candidate, them Uti Kenan. I mean, some party visa, I think you need to try to put your house in order. When I say put your house in order is, okay, you had Bojang, Dahangen Bojang, then is he, before this man came, then Tamser Jase. Tamser Jase tell also has left the party. Tamser li moy wax moy dañ ne pour yow nga resign nga bay place bi ni because party bi ñoo ne yow you are not clean. You in terms of the image of the party, you are hurting the party in terms of the image. You should resign. Nga bañ mota mom mu bay party. Mu dem with some executives mom mu bay.
Gis nga Tamser. Waaw. Tamser Jase. Bala mo wana man kiluma. Mom dafa wara xol bopam.
Mom dafa xool boppam.
Moom boo sam record mu ngi fa.
lan la def.
ok.
ana 2006 Ndour Thiam coup d'état bi. Salaamaaleykum wa rahmatullah. Tamsir yaa de indi turam. I respect him as a Gambian. I respect as a Muslim. As my big brother. Yeah. But political is.
Why executive bi ndax wax nañ ne yow da nga war a bàyyi place. That's what he said.
bu ñu waxee loolu. Suma senior administrator mu counter diva mu sédal nako lu tax tontu
okay now Batchilly
lu tax tontu
Batchilly
we bring a proper statement sino man ñu send ko all the media team lu tax tontu
okay now
tontu tam ba pare na si moom
Batchilly
Bojang suma brother la he older than me man daahuma ko moom moo daaxa boppam
waaye xam nga moom problème am bi dafa ne yéen you were one of those people ñi nga xam ne yéen a doon tasaare nataal bi di nude picture bi ñu ne yow bokk nga si
Ndiaye non même tuuti Ndiaye non Ndiaye yow ñaata laa defend Bojang
waaye yow nataalam bi you had nothing to do with the nude video
dama ko defend wala defenduma ko si sa plateforme
waaye xam nga mun ngaa defend nit ki ci biti waaye ci biir li nga nekk de
jamin sa munafiq
loolu du mën a
you know who's Batchilly
yeah because that's what Bojangs can't believe that's what they think
I think you know what at some point Bojang should just take responsibility and blame nobody.
Okay, now
if your nude pictures are out there, it does not matter how it was out.
Okay.
It was out. What you could have done. Don't blame anybody. Take responsibility and resign.
Because problem bi moo xam ne moom kii mu ne daf ko nuyu. Xam nga léegi we passed that.
bu ma ko nuyu ma dem High Commissioner British High Commission.
So Bojang xalaatam nu mu nekk di xalaatee mooy Batchilly moo doon share nataal.
Okay, now, Batchilly.
That is the problem.
Suma share Bojang natalam.
Batchilly.
Who's Bojang?
Batchilly. You can say 8 minutes.
Damale, who's Bojang?
No, Batchilly.
He's a general.
No,
Bojang is a general of the army.
General from army.
Yes. He's a general.
Mantambu majahasa nyum Savimbe.
Yes.
The jungle.
Savimbe.
No, Batchilly.
Fungami super duga yo danga down.
Batchilly.
Mauras, the Gene Diamond Fofu. Who is general?
No, Batchilly.
Is really a general?
Batchilly.
Of course.
General Mumam. General Mumam.
Okay.
Is really a general?
Batchilly.
There's a question mark there.
No, Batchilly, 8 minutes lañ dese. Léegi fu mu nekk time bi jeex na.
No, dara nga ba la ma continue ko.
No, if not, duñ mën a conclude with this. We've seen yow dafa mel ni somehow because soo waxee ne da nga
ma laaj opposition continue ma dama bëgg àdduna bi dégg.
No, we'll come to that.
bu ma demee foofu man nuyu.
I will bring you on board.
naka laa deal ak somebody who doesn't respect me. And I give you the respect. Man ñëw man assalaamu aleykum.
Batchilly, he should not be the reason why you should leave.
No, the reason, there's many reasons. Number one reason, structure from the beginning.
Yeah, those are reasons I want to hear.
From the beginning. No, listen to me. From the beginning.
It seems like Buloma asked the question. Because dama bëgg a xam because yaa ngi wax democracy. But it seems like party bi is centered around just one person. Yow somehow dafa mel like they hand pick, as in da nga pick ku la ne. And throughout the conversation and suñ dialogue, maa ngi bàyyi xel ne yaa ngi wax ne man, as in da nga attend. It's all about you. So
I'm coming. No, there's a political leaders. Am I a political servant?
I understand.
Am I a political administrative secretary?
I understand. But Soko Hole, as in flag bearer, so there are a lot of meetings you have you don't go to attend in normal circumstances. Momoko attend. We've seen Bojang, Mofa Nekon, and more of Batchilly non-fair. We know that you are the founder, of course, and you are SGB. But do you think with terms no demeni because I know what dictatorship in a very nice way, but don't you think that already you're a dictator? As in we're gonna have the same of Yahya Jammeh when you are again on board, kick out a flag bearer, and then you're gonna get inside, as in to enjoy the fruits.
Let me tell you something. If I want to be the flag bearer, I'm the founder, everything. You to bring this separation.
No, because of challenges you find like
ban challenge.
No, because
tell me which challenge.
No, I'm just saying because
ask me which challenge.
Okay, because
I'm qualified more than qualification.
Okay, now Batchilly, because
I'm qualified more than qualification.
Batchilly, you mun nga def dara to protect the image of Saint Party.
I have a follow-up
because there are a lot of problems you have with Dekabi.
One problem.
No, I'm just saying you have probably accused or something. No, I'm just saying. Do them straight to them. Because
do you want me to? And I watch if Fambundi, watch if Fambundi.
No, I didn't.
If Fambundi, the dig.
Okay.
Bring evidences.
Okay.
Everything.
I have a follow-up question to that.
But Lumane kadi wa.
Hamga horom.
No, Lumane kadi.
Gis nga gaynde. Wala ñu ne bu ko ma nu na ko sonu kan kan ne har ma ko ci saraw le ngeen dégg ko.
No, moom déggu ma ko.
ñu dégg suñu vidéo yi dégguñ saraw.
Say it in English.
Man déggu ma ko.
Gis nga ku a leader if you are scared to be talked about, resign from any kind of leadership.
Okay. Na but
borom kër yaa dee dundal gaay yaa dee def dépasse sa jabar sa jabar ñu ngi laa joo sa doomi dina joo how can I be if I want to be dictator
Nekolo di use a flag bearers as in to Nekolo di use God.
You call them a political godfather. I'm a Khomeini of God.
So Nekolo di use guy.
If what's his name again? If Allah will make inshallah, when I say if, that means I'm doubting. When so lead next government, we are part of him.
And so Sunege president, you're low nigga.
Man, and I do man I'm a Khomeini.
What is Khomeini? As in what?
A Khomeini.
What is Khomeini?
Yeah, in what
the
sense?
Supreme leader.
Supreme leader.
I will follow up question.
Khomeini.
So when you say Supreme leader,
are you going to be above the president?
The Supreme leader.
No, we're going to change from republic to an Islamic theocracy.
As a supreme leader, you can.
Are you going to be above the president?
What would be your role?
Islamic theocracy like Iran.
Islamic, as
What would
in
be your
Iran.
role as a supreme leader?
As in a theology.
He's Khomeini.
When I say supreme leader, somebody who oversees everything.
Ayatollah.
Yes.
As the Americans would say.
Who will definitely need a governing council to help us to run.
That is not how in a
So
constitution.
so now we are having Ayatollah Batchilly here, right?
No, but
Ayatollah Batchilly.
Ayatollah Batchilly.
But listen, you have to be able to change the constitution in able to do that. You should.
No, you don't need to change the constitution to be a governing council.
That role is not in our constitution.
But that role, you see,
How are you going to
respect our constitution.
So that's part of the 99 days. That's part of the 99 days.
I have a follow-up question.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Can I say my last word?
Inshallah,
one beautiful last word.
Just a second.
Compression you mom sun bopa Gambian si. Gom len sen bopa. Respect yourself. Love yourself. Believe in yourself.
Okay.
When you believe in yourself,
okay,
then you can be.
Gambian
hasidi syndrome bi. ngeen fatte lolu. ñu jël suñu ordre so ñu raxas suñu xol bi. ñu nekk bena. ñu yóbbu suñu dëkk bi.
Okay, Batchilly, thank you very much. Next week, inshallah, dinañ leen indi beneen gis-gis, and then you try indi beneen leader of a political party mu ñëw jàkkaarloo askan wi. Thank you very much. Asalaamaaleykum mbokk yi di seetaan li nga xam ne mooy gis-gis waxtaanee si li nga xam ne rek mooy yóbbu dëkk bi kanam.
The Constitution provides President can declare a state of emergency in two circumstances. Now I believe Gambia security is at risk for invasion. He has a right. Constitutional code, as it can last for 2 weeks.
yéen ñëpp gis ngeen ne dañu oote ne nañ ànd soppi nguur gi fi nekkoon loolu pexe la parti yi bokkuñu xalaat bokkuñu jubluwaay lii pexe la rek pour génnee ngu réew ci loxo benn nit te jubluwaay bi mooy won ne fexe nag nit ñi moom réew mi ne nañu ànd ci xel ñu tabaxaat réew mi
You want to be humble and everything. Why you are not an ordinary minister in this cabinet? That's true. Because you are head of the UDP, you are like a father figure to most of the... It's the fact. Whether mom accept or not, so the point is, because of that prominence the baro def la consult or legi yow ya de yobu ay nit ci baro pour mu appoint le lolu moy lacté ndax li mo am
président Adama dafa am mandate because Gambians choose ne na liggéey réew mi mu tànn ay nit ñu liggéey ak moom man ci ñooñ la bokka ma ngi liggéey ak moom
ngadi ko ande mela ay mul ay tiñarol minke Gambia jang mul ka wole tanka foko APRC fananda do tiñaro tole alle mu stade le sodo ka APRC ta kala image de da kotenge isaje fu Gambenol kotenge si la pati ñina kotenge
no yalon say you are putting me in a funny position. Come the ni fa de ko bita jahani ba ni kala te ko kala